Well, we're about to roll into our ladies Mag 7 now.
You know, there's some new players in this Mag 7, but they have all been titled CFDA championships, every one of them. Well, they're breaking out the ladies now, foul shot. Lacey Gone Wild. She has won several CFDA championships. She won the 2014 Nevada State, and she's won the Western Territorial and Nevada State in 2016. And this is her first time back in the Magnificent Seven finals for a few years.
Yep, she's going to pretend like she's back in Genoa.
Exactly. That's where those championships used to be held, Genoa, Nevada.
Kansas Belle, your 2021 world champion.
Yeah, and you know, she's won a lot of championships. She's one of the most consistent of all the lady shooters. And, you know, she relies, you know, our game is twofold. It's speed versus accuracy. Of course, the fastest, accurate ones, they're going to do the best. But she is so consistent. She scores so consistently. And she ends up in so many Magnificent Seven finals. And she can win them, and she did with the World Championship in 2021 with consistency.
Yeah, none of the ladies look forward to shooting against Kansas Belle.
No, they know they better hit or they'll lose.
Or Shady Lady.
That's right. They travel together all over the country. Now, Ricochet Rose just came up. She has been in several Magnificent Sevens. And she took third as her highest finishing fastest gun alive. And she's still in the hunt, actually, for her first CFDA title. Could this be the day? When she's on a hot streak, she's one of the better lady shooters.
I know. Part of me can't believe she's never won one. She's always in there. She's always in the Mag 7. And, yeah, one of these days she will have a title, I guarantee it.
Absolutely. Today may be the day. So they just brought up Dead-Eyed Daisy.
Two-time world champion.
Oh, yeah. Defending. She won this last year. So she's defending. She won 3 times in a row the Tournament of Champions and a lot of state and territorial.
Oh, yeah.
Now here's Sierra Rose from a shooting family out of Arizona.
I'll say.
You know, her dad's Arizona Cactus Kids, who is in the final. And almost all of them, she's got a sister and a brother and her mother, and they almost all won CFDA titles.
She is this year's Western Territorial Champion. It's Honey Bucket.
And Sierra Rose has won the 2022 Four Corners Territorial, the 23 Michigan State, Great Plains Territorial, 24 Great Lakes, Four Corners Territorial. So now here's Honey Bucket. Honey Bucket, she just won her first CFDA title just last month at your place, didn't she?
Absolutely. Yep, Western Territorial.
Yes. There was about 130 shooters at that match, 140 right in there. So that was a big match.
Oklahoma, Nevada, and national champion. It's Shell Shock.
Now here's our latest Cowboy Fast Draw Phenom right here. She is on an incredible streak. She is our current. She just won her first national championship last month in Oroville, California. And this year she's been on a roll. She won the Oklahoma and Nevada State Championship. But she actually is 16 years old. She actually won her first CFDA title, the Eastern Territorial, when she was only 14 years old. And I think if she does well, she will have Top Gun of the Year wrapped up if she does well this afternoon. Well, this should be a good matchup here.
Okay, so we got Kansas Belle on lane 1. Lacey Gone Wild on lane 2.
And she goes wild, too. She shoots fast. She can shoot the threes.
Yep.
I've seen her do it. She likes to shoot a lot into the fours. And Kansas Belle, she cruises in the sixes, about 60, 70 hundredths of a second, but she, very consistent shooter.
on the line. Shooters. Set. No time.
Well, look at that. Nothing on one.
2.
461 on lane 2, so it's not to 1.
Yeah, not to 1. And Lacey Gone Wild, she's from Southern California.
Don't hold that against her.
And the
man.
line's
No,
ready.
I
Here's
would
your
never do
command.
such a thing.
Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, 704 on 1, nothing on 2, so we're tied up now 1 to 1.
Okay. They each got their pace. And I know what's going through Lacey's mind right now. All I got to do is hit the target. But you know what? That can mess up your draw, can't it?
Absolutely.
We're working a gun on 2.
You know, in the terms of action shooting, anybody that can draw a gun and hit a target under a second is considered a really good shooter
All right, looks like we're all
across
set.
all the action pistol sports.
He said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. No times. 1 over 2. No, don't do it again. We need
Well, we're still 1 to 1.
And the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Well, nothing on 1, a 473 on lane 2, so we're 1 to 2.
Kansas Belle doesn't seem to have her usual accuracy.
No, I'll say.
You know, and you know that happens. I mean, just think of it. That adrenaline,
Shooters on the line.
the biggest stage in our sport.
Well, a 622 on 1, not fast enough for that 526 on lane 2. So that is round elimination on lane 2 to Lacey Gone Wild. That'll move Kansas Belle over to the 1X bracket. That'll bring up our next seed, the 5th seed out of California. It's Ricochet Rose.
Ricochet going to 2.
Well, could this be her day?
Well, maybe it could be.
Her and her husband run a club near Sacramento, and they just love the sport. You know, she told me a story today. You know, her husband was a car racer, and she would just go around and be the fan and everything. And then they found Cowboy Fast Draw. His name is Rooster Cogburn. It's his alias, and so found Cowboy Fast Draw. He says, "Let's do this. This is something we can do together." And you know, she loves it so much. She's the one that drags him all over the country shooting Cowboy Fast Draw matches. And they both love it.
All right, he said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. No time on the line. A 469.
Well, nothing on 1 but a 469. Good time out of Ricochet Rose on lane 2.
Yeah, that's a real solid time in the ladies division. You shoot in the mid fours and hit about 60% of your shots, you're hard to beat.
Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Well, Lacey grabbed another gear there, a 440 on 1, edging out that 469 on lane 2.
It's
1 to 1.
Oh, we got a pole hit on 2.
Oh,
The pole hit on 2.
It's still
You can see it there about 6 inches below the target.
And the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. No times. 1 over 2. These ladies will load them up.
Now they're both cranking because they know they need their best speed.
and still 1 to 1.
Yes, it is. It's anybody's match
And
yet.
the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. We got
485 on 1, no answer on 2. So we're 2 to 1.
All right, the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Nothing on one, but a 474 answering back on two. 2-2 now.
I love 2-2 matches. There's- They're a lot of fun to watch, and they're even more fun to be in. Get your heart pumping.
Well, even more fun when you hit the winning shot.
Well, that's true.
And he said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Well, a 480 will finish it off on lane one at a Lacey Gone Wild. That'll move Ricochet down to 3 and 4 to take on Kansas Bell. And that'll bring up a tough competitor in our 4th seed out of Michigan. It's Dead-Eye Daisy.
Boy, you ain't kidding. She's tough. Her whole family's tough.
Yeah.
It's an amazing story, really, folks. Her husband called me in 2019, said he and his family was interested in Cowboy Fast Draw. And so they had a 12-year-old daughter, and she wants to be a pilot, so she chose the name Flying Cowgirl. So I talked to them over the phone. They ordered all the equipment they needed, and they set up a club in northern Michigan. And so in Harbor Springs, Michigan, to be exact, but they started shooting, going on the tour. The 12-year-old daughter won this tournament, the fastest gun alive, ladies division at age 12 in 2019 at the age of 12. That's amazing. And then her mom won it. She's won it the last 2 years in a row.
Yep, 2022 and 2023. Well, we have 2 world champions on the line now.
Yes, we do.
Former world champions.
In fact, it was Kansas Bell against Dead-Eye Daisy in the finals when Kansas Bell won in 2021.
Well, 443 starting us off on 1. No answer on 2, 1-0. No times 3 or 4.
I don't think Dead-Eye Daisy is just a clever name. She is a Dead-Eye, isn't she?
Absolutely. She does not miss much.
Look at that.
Like I said, 427 on 1, no answer on 2, 2-0. No time on 3, but we got a 520 showing up on lane 4. So we're not to 1 on 3 and 4.
And the line's ready. Here's the command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Well, she missed that one.
Yes, she missed
No
that
times
one.
1 or 2.
But Ricochet Rose, she's bringing it up. She's bringing it down on lane 4.
She's got it 0-2 on 3 and 4 with that 527.
And the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Well, she closed the door on that one on lane 1.
And so did Ricochet Rose.
454. Nothing on 2. That's round elimination to Dead-Eye Daisy. Nothing on 3. 537 on 4. So that is round elimination on lane 4 to Ricochet Rose. That'll put Kansas Bell in 7th place.
Yes, it did. And that ain't bad. We had near 70 ladies shooting in this championship. And to take 7th place, that's pretty darn good.
Dead-Eye Daisy to 2. Down there on 3 and 4. It looks like it'll be Lacey Gone Wild on 3.
Well, that'll bring up our 3rd seed out of Arizona, Sierra Rose.
Yeah, Sierra Rose is a very consistent shooter. That's why she's already won 5 CFDA titles in just a few years in the sport.
All right, the command to load has been given. Waiting in the wings. We
And
still have.
she's a two-handed shooter still, isn't she?
Yes.
She shoots two-handed.
They're getting ready.
And when you shoot two-handed, and this is how the kids started between 8 and 12. A lot of people stay two-handed their whole career. Spud did, who was the winningest youth shooter we had ever in the old days. Spud still shoots two-handed when he comes and shoots. But when you shoot two-handed, if you're actuating the hammer of that gun, you must use your offhand, and it must start outside the plane of your body. It cannot cross between you and that target until the light comes on.
We're all settled in. He said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. No time.
Well, nothing on one, but a 4-4-4 on two. It's not to one. Nothing on three, a 485 on lane 4, not to one.
So Ricochet Rose seems to have found her spot down there on
Yep.
lane 4, huh?
And the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. No time.
578, good time on one, but not fast enough for that 430 on lane 2, so we're not to 2. No times 3 or 4, still not to 1.
The Dead-Eye Daisy sure is on target, isn't she?
As usual.
Oh, I know. There it is.
Nothing on one, 423 on 2. That is round elimination, a Dead-Eye Daisy on lane 2. Nothing on 3, 472 on lane 4. We're not to 2 on 3 and 4.
All right, let's see how this bout can go either way on 3 or 4 still. Lacey could come back.
No times, 3 or 4. They'll load it up. They'll do it again.
Pretend that one didn't happen. That'll get edited out.
He said the line's
Okay, it's 0 to 2. Let's see if Lacey can come back. Here come the commands.
And she did come back, a 482 on 3. Edging out the 506 on 4. We're 1 to 2.
She barely clipped that target right at 9 o'clock there, too. But hey,
I'll take it.
it's a game of millimeters, really. An edge hit that sets off a time is a good time.
Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Well, when you pay that entry fee, you get to use the whole target.
Well, yeah, some shooters sure use it too. But hey, I'll take a hedge and I'll take an edge hit any day because it doesn't even begin to make up for how many you miss by that much.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, 484 on 3, no answer on 4. That'll tie us up 2 to 2 on 3 and 4.
Another one of those 2 to 2 exciting
2.
finishes. I love them.
All right, he said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Well, there we go. Ricochet Rose with a 540 on lane 4. She'll take that. That'll put Lacey Gone Wild in, well, yep, 6th place. All right, that'll bring up our second seed out of Butte County, California. Honey Bucket.
Honey Bucket, she's really developing as a shooter.
Yep.
A few years ago, her and her husband sold their business, and they bought a motorhome. They're traveling all over the country, hitting Cowboy fast draw match, making friends, and he goes by Turd Herder. Guess what kind of business they had? It was a sewer business, and so that's their aliases, and everybody loves them. They are such fun people. Honey Bucket just won her first CFDA title championship, the 2024 Western Territorial, just a month and a half before this tournament. So she's going to see if she's on a roll. She can shoot in the fours quite consistently. And she's
Well,
going to need them.
She knows she knows she needs them now.
Absolutely.
Shell shock getting ready.
And so, well, Ricochet Rose is on lean. Ricochet
Rose is on lane 3. She's still in it.
She's still in it to win it. Sarah Rose is on 4. And she's trying to stay in it. All these ladies pretty much can shoot in the fours.
All right, except the line's ready. Let's get around downrange. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Well, look at that. Nothing on 1. A 5:15 on lane 2. 5:44 on 3. Nothing on 4. Not to 1 and 1 to 0.
All right, and the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. On lane 1, we tie up.
Well, we knew she was going to come back. A 4:31 on 1.
Yeah, that's
Edging out that no time on 2, 1 to 1. But Sierra Rose found it on lane 4 too. So we're 1 to 1 across the line.
Shooters on the line.
Makes it a 2 out of 3 match at this point.
There she goes again, a 4:23 on 1, nothing on 2. It's 2 to 1. Ricochet Rose finds it again on lane 3 with the 5:36. No answer on 4. 2 to 1.
So both matches are 2 to 1 now.
And the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
There it is.
4:52, no answer on 2. Round to Deadeye Daisy. 5:35 on 3, edging out 6:03 on 4. That is round elimination on lane 3 to Ricochet Rose. Well, we're down to our final 4 now.
We sure are. Somebody's going to be the world champion, aren't they?
It's time to bring on up our number 1 seed.
Here comes Shell Shock.
You have lane choice.
16-year-old Shell Shock comes to the line to claim her lane.
3 and 4. Looks like the ladies got it settled. Honey Bucket on 3. Ricochet Rose on 4.
She's such a nice gal.
Yep.
I did an interview with her, as I've been doing with a lot of folks. And, you know, for years, she started when she was 8. For years, I'd never heard her say a word. She just, you would never hear her talk. And finally got her talking when she was maybe about 13 or 14. And she's still such a sweet little gal. But she is on a roll. She is our current national champion. And if she wins this thing today or even comes close, if she wins, she probably has already won, wrapped up, Top Gun of the Year.
Quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, because she can do no worse than the top 4 at this point. But all 4 are still in it. Any one of them can win it all.
All right, they're now settled in. And he said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Well, nothing on 1, a 4:29 on lane 2. It's not to 1. 5 flat on lane 3, no answer on 4. 1 to 0.
Now, Shell Shock can shoot in the very low 4s and into the 3s. She did it with her mom, KK Kidd, as you saw in the Texas State Championship.
Oh, 4:42 on 1. It looks like she was a little late on that light. 4:17 on 2, so we're not to 2. 5:06 on 3, no answer on 4. It's 2 to 0 in favor of Honey Bucket on 3.
So the score is not to 2 on 1 and 2 and 1 to 0 on 3
So
and 4.
Deadeye Daisy turned it up a notch, didn't
Yep.
she? She can get in. She can reach into the high threes.
Here's your commands. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Nothing on one, a 434 on lane 2. That'll put Deadeye Daisy in the catbird seat. Nothing on 3, a 538 showing up to the party on 4. We're 2-1 on 3 and 4.
Shell shock, you're not done just yet. You still got a chance in this thing to fight your way back.
Okay, Ricochet Rose is going to try to come back.
All right, he said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line.
He's behind 2-1.
Set. No time. Clear.
All right, Ricochet Rose is going to try to come back. She's down 2-1. Can she do it?
Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
494 on 3. Not sure if I heard a shot on lane 4.
I thought it was 2-1 match.
I thought it was too.
Okay, now it's 2-1. Okay, so now Ricochet Rose is down 2-1. Can she come back?
All right, he said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. We got it.
Well, 632 will wrap that up on lane 3.
Sure will. Well, Ricochet Rose done all right. 4th place. She's going to do it
Yep.
one of these days. I know she will. So now Honey Bucket is in the semifinal round with Shell Shock.
We're going to have a match between Shell Shock.
Which one of them is going to win and go back and take on the very deadly Deadeye Daisy?
Well, our range master up there is Gambler. He is probably one of the best in the business.
Now we're going to have a match. Like I said, the winner's coming back up to
Yes, our range masters today are Gambler, who's on the line for the youth and the ladies. And then we're going to have Windmill Kid up for the men. Our line judges, on our actual line judge who sits there all the way to the right, watching to make sure that the guns are fired properly with the barrel in front of the holster, is Whitlock. Oh, here we're starting our round.
Well, 457 on 3. Edging out that 579 on lane 4. It's 1-0 in favor of Shell Shock.
All right,
She found it.
She found it, but at a pace she's probably a little more comfortable with. She knows she's got to push it with Deadeye Daisy.
Well,
Look
the
at that.
398, she's cranking them down now.
She sure is. It's the first 3 for the ladies.
2-0.
First 3 for the ladies today in the Magnificent 7.
And the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
Well, she's found it now. Another 3, a 397 on 3. Edging out that 553 on lane 4. That is round elimination on lane 3 to Shell Shock. That'll send Honey Bucket home in 3rd place.
I think Shell Shock woke up. She may have the pace now.
Well, we'll see if she can keep that going up against Deadeye Daisy.
All right, we got a match between Shell Shock and Deadeye Daisy. Shell Shock, you were the higher seed.
Now our pen judges
Oh,
today.
yeah. Shell Shock's got lane choice.
Yes, she does. She's the top seed.
I guess she's going to switch it up.
All right, he said the ladies are ready to go. It's
All right, folks, here we go on lanes 3 and 4. This is it.
This is 2 of the best in the game right here.
425 starts us out on lane 3. No answer on 4. Maybe she should have stayed on lane 3.
Maybe. I wonder why she moved.
all right, he said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. No time. 3 or 4.
They're both trying to turn it on to max power. Max speed.
No time and a no time. Still 1-0 in favor of Deadeye Daisy.
All right,
They're still going for it.
Yes, they both are. You know, Deadeye Daisy, she only has to win this round, and she's the champion because came from the catbird seat, meaning she has not lost a round in the finals. Shell Shock's got to win 2 rounds to force a final round. So she's got to win this round to force a final round.
He said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. No time on 3 or 4. They're both just under the plate.
They're both pouring on the coals.
Just need to lift the shovel up a little more.
Yeah. So they missed the last shot, trying to really go for all they got. Let's see what happens here.
Shooters. Set.
Well, I knew she was going to find it at some point. Nothing on 3. A 4-0-3 on lane 4. 1-1.
And the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. No times on 3 or 4. He said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set. A
436 on 3. No answer on 4. We're 2-1 now.
Deadeye Daisy is one blinking light away from 3 world championships in a row. There's only 2 other ladies in the history of our sport that have won 3 fastest gun alive.
Set. No times on 3 or 4. And the line's ready. Here's the command.
All right, here we go.
Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
There it is.
Well, there we go right there, a 429. Well, we got a hand up.
We do.
We've got a couple of hands up.
I think there's a pole hit right at the bottom, about an inch or 2 under the target on lane 3. You see the mark?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So that don't count. It ain't over yet, folks. It's 2-1.
If you in Oroville, that'd just be a miss.
He said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line. Shooters. Set.
407 on 4, tying us up 2-2. Everybody loves 2-2.
They do. Nothing more exciting in our game than a 2-2.
All right, he said the line's ready. Here's your command. Shooters on the line.
Down to this shot right here. A
A
recovery shot.
635
That just won her the
on
championship.
3. Nothing on 4. Look at that. That's round elimination on lane 3 to Deadeye Daisy.
That did it.
She will be your ladies' 2024 fastest gun alive world champion. 3 times in a row.
Yep, 3 in a row. That's pretty amazing right there. I don't think any of the ladies won it 3 in a row.